Hey everyone, this is welcome to the Annie and Mindy show. This is Annie Callis from Melbourne, Australia, and
Mindy Stern talking to you live from Israel. We're on both sides of the world.
so Mindy, you just got back from a trip from London, did you?
Yeah, I got back from a trip from London, and you just got back from a trip to Cook Island.
There you go. So let's talk about travel today, because I think travel, I saw a statement, and I think it was in 2004 that really got me, and I had it on my vision board. And he said that travel is the one thing that you spend money on that makes you richer.
That makes you richer. Explain that.
Well, you got to spend money to go to travel for the flights and everything else. However, the experiences that you have when you're away, the traditions and traditions, cultures, the different landscapes. It's like your eyes, your mind, your soul, it just grows, and I believe you become richer in knowledge. And sometimes you can see how people live, and then you become grateful in how the opportunities that you have, and the riches that you have at home, just by having a roof over your head and the food to eat, and be able to go to the supermarket and buy anything and everything you want. So I believe travel makes you richer. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think that travel makes you richer as a person, more exposed to the world. And the world is becoming a smaller and smaller place because of communication. And without experiencing other cultures, that communication is not so valid. So you're not talking the same language, you're talking different languages, and you don't even know it until you go someplace. I just got back from a trip where I see that point in fact, because it was a trip I took with my daughter, my 22-year-old daughter. The first time she's been to London. So, there's certain places in the world that are, must-sees, must-go, must-do, because they're so popular and they have such an influence on the world and the people and, like you said, the cultures. So London is one of those places London, Paris, maybe Rome, Sydney, New York, those are places that are must-sees. So anyway, I brought my daughter for the first time to London. And it was such a great experience for me because I was able to be with her on her first time, and she's an adult. And I saw that with her, it was an eye-opening experience, because she had these preconceptions from movies and TV shows, or from me, from my experiences of what the English were like and what London is like, and maybe what the monarchy is like. She had a very limited perception because it's not the life that we live. We live in a different place, different culture, different everything. And she got to a place for the first time, and she experienced all these things anew. The language, the people, the driving, the food. We went to Windsor Castle and to Buckingham Palace, and it was her first. What's interesting is that she didn't realize that the royalty and the monarchy was really royalty and monarchy, like in the movies. She thought the movies were like the movies, something that's like old and outdated and doesn't exist anymore. And all of a sudden she sees that, wow, it actually exists, and people do live this way, and the English admire the Queen. And it was just really an eye-opening experience. And for me to see it through her eyes as her first time there, to see how much she learned, it was truly a wonderful experience.
How cool.
It was. It really was cool. A London virgin.
That's cute. Do you know, it's really interesting. You're talking about experiencing people and preconceptions. I remember, 19 years ago, yeah, I used to work for a shipping company. So it was an international shipping company, and the headquarters were in Oslo, in Norway. So every summer, their summer, right, which is June, July, August, a person from the Melbourne office, from the accounts department would go, or the finance department would be sent to Oslo to work there in their finance department, because the people just take time off and leave and go to their summer houses. So I never got an opportunity to go. So then this one year, I'm, I remember it's a Monday, and I go to the doctor and I found out I'm pregnant.
Wow.
On the Wednesday, so this is 2001, 19 years ago. On the Wednesday, I get called into the office and they're telling me that they want me to go to Oslo. I've got this dilemma going, how am I going to tell them I'm pregnant? Because I just found out. So, you have to wait 3 months to make sure, right? And I'm just sitting there going, oh my God, this is the opportunity to work in the Oslo office. So anyway, so in the end, I said yes. And then I told them that I'm pregnant. And it kind of worked out okay that I would be home by the time, because there's limitations when you can fly as a pregnant woman. So I'm going to be back in time. And then I got nervous. I said, so what are the Norwegians like, right? So people were saying, well, the Norwegians are they're very cold people. And I was like, and then my boss at the time, he said, well, listen, you need to calm down a little because you're too flamboyant. So make sure what you wear. And I'm sitting there looking at him. I go, so if you think that I'm going to embarrass you over there, why are you sending me? So anyway, I said, I'll do what I'll do. So I'll turn up. Now, I'm from Europe. So as I'm flying over Oslo and I'm flying over the forests, it's the most amazing green. And it was midsummer. So, midsummer there is almost 24 hours light.
Right.
So I'm flying and it's like 11 o'clock at night, but the sun is still shining. So I'm looking down at this forest and you see a house there, a little ice blue river there. It was like, honest to God, it was like a fairy tale. So I get to the hotel and the whole thing. So Monday I go to work. The most gorgeous, beautiful, smiley people are expecting me.
Really?
Open arms. Oh my God, we get a chance to finally meet you. And I'm waiting for the cold people, right?
Yeah.
I was there for 5 weeks. I'm still waiting for the cold people.
Wow.
So I think one thing I learned is to not take on other people's preconceived ideas or their experiences. I go, and when people say, oh, be careful, yeah, thanks. Thank you, I'll take it on. And then I go and make up my own experience.
Yeah.
And that doesn't just go for travel, that goes for work, that goes for industries. Like one of my clients said, oh, well, I don't know if I should move jobs because, people say the industry is the same everywhere. I go to her, I don't believe so. Because every human being is different, which means that businesses and everything are different. Every accounting firm is not the same. Every law firm is not the same. Every retail store, restaurant is not the same. Even if you have, Italian restaurants, they're all different. Right. It comes down to the humans. And I believe that if you treat people well and you have the right energy, it'll come back to you, no matter where you go. No matter where.
Yeah, absolutely true. I also say when with my clients, is someone else doing and succeeding at what you want to do, that's the my mile marker. If someone else out there in the world is doing what you want to do and doing it and succeeding at it, then there's no reason in the world that you shouldn't succeed at doing it also. So just do whatever it is you want to do and just find the right way for you, the right path for you. Wherever that might be, and it could be, I created a business for myself that I could travel. As long as I have my computer with me, I can go anywhere in the world and still work with my clients and still do business and still be training and teaching and learning just by having a computer. So I have an opportunity, thank goodness. But I made this plan that I can go anywhere because I really like to travel. We're talking today about traveling. I love to travel. And it's what's interesting is, I'm also a financial coach. I'm a financial coaching business. And I think that probably 95% of the clients that come in, when they start working on what your goals are, what you'd like to do, there's no reason to manage money if you don't know what you want to use your money for. So we start off, what do you want to use your money for? What do you want to do? And 95, at least, maybe it's even more than that, of the people want to travel. People want to travel. People want to go places. And I think that it might also be one of the first things that people don't do because they don't have money. They don't have money because they don't plan for that. They pay their rent, they pay their telephone, they pay their electricity and food, and they never plan for the better things in life, for the traveling. And if 95% of the people want to travel, then I think, not to do it irresponsibly, but everyone should find a way. Just if someone else is doing it, then there is no reason why you shouldn't be able to do it also if you plan for it. Make an intention for it. Make a goal to do it. Start to travel. Pick a destination that you want to go to now, and don't say, oh, I can't go there. I can't afford it. I can't do it. I have children. When am I going to go? I'm pregnant. Whatever the stories are. Ask yourself how I can do it. And maybe you can't go next week, but maybe you can go next month. Maybe you can go in 6 months, or maybe you can go next year. But start now. If traveling is what you want to do, like that's what I want to do, then plan for it. Plan for it. I even put now, oh, you can't see it here. I put it away. I made very recently a vision board. And one of the women that we work with, Annie, you and I both work with her, Claudia Chavez, Claudia told me how to do a vision board in a way, I should really bring it here, to do a vision board in a way that you divide into sections. So you have the vision board, and in the vision board, you have a section of I forget how it starts. I don't know, there's a section for family, and there's a section for purpose, and there's a section for health, and there's a section for travel, and there's a section for wealth, and she divides the vision board into 9 different sections. I don't remember all of the sections. I can share my vision board later. But anyway, one of them is traveling. So, I put my destinations, and actually Australia is one of my destinations for next year. But I would really like to go to Australia next year. But I want to go to Iceland, and I want to go to Australia, and I want to go to South America. And there's all sorts of places that I really want to go. So I'm putting my intention. I'm making my plan. So I'm not just sporadically traveling. Like now I had an opportunity to go to London. It wasn't on my list, but it was a great opportunity, which I took advantage of. But also I have my dream destinations planned out. And once I put it down on paper and put my intention to that, there's no way that I'm not going to Australia next year. Matter of fact, I want to go to Australia around the time that Tony Robbins does Date with Destiny, and I want to do Date with Destiny in Australia, and then continue on with traveling and seeing my friends, and maybe doing a couple of speaking events. It's starting to work in my head.
Well, it's really interesting because I do have my vision board, over there, and I actually had a look what I've put up there, and I'm going, that's interesting. I actually do have it a little bit in sections, and I'm going, oh, look at that. I didn't even think about it, but I put it in sections. And I've got hang on, I'll show you. Check it out. Hang on.
Oh gosh, is that beautiful?
Right. So up there, all that is this is all business, right? So it's got like working online, because I'd like to work online, do some online stuff, and then I'll put a picture of the house I live in now, whether I'll buy or I don't. That's my institute over there.
Oh, beautiful. Right?
My long term, and then I had here a family affair, and I have a picture with my son. And guess what? My son is actually working with me now. How about that? And then I want to travel first class, and then I want to go to an island, which I've just gone recently. I want to get lost in paradise, wherever that is. But now I need to put Brazil up there because I want to go to Brazil so bad, right? And then And then there's my logo, which I wanted branding, and now I've got it, and it's up there, my
Oh my
logo. And
goodness.
then I have Tony Robbins in the corner up there, which I've already done, but I want to do it again. So maybe I should do Date with Destiny with you.
Yeah.
And I want to meet and have lunch with Richard Branson.
Oh my goodness. Wonderful.
That's up there. And then I got something about love here. I want a man of style. And since I have been doing financial work with you, I found this thing called infinite abundance, and I put it up there.
Yeah.
Right? So and then I want to get back to about like that size.
Yeah.
So it's all here. And then I found this little thing from Dior, you know, the fashion house, saying believe in your dreams.
Oh,
So
I love it.
I put it over there. So it's just it really helps you to have a vision board. But now that you kind of gave me a few other ideas, so now I'm gonna put Brazil up there, I'm gonna put Kili up there, and I'm gonna put Ellen up there because I want to get on that Ellen show. And also I need to put the TV stations up there too.
That's the next step. Fantastic. It really helps when you have a vision board and you see it in front of you exactly what you want to do. You know, I know that's not what we were talking about earlier, but when I was doing my vision board, which is recently, I did it 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago for this year. And you know, I started by trying to do with magazines. So I have a bunch of magazines that I use in my workshops. So I started flipping through them. And as I was looking at the pictures, I was saying, you know, it's not it. That's not it, you know, and I could compromise by putting this picture in. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do it on the internet. And in the internet, I put in exactly what I wanted. And then I went through the pictures and found something that spoke exactly, you know, the style, the colors, the feeling, the emotion. It was all exactly what I wanted. So that's how the pictures I took. And I look at it every day, and I even have it on my computer. So I see it in my bedroom, my vision board, and then I come into my office, and the first thing I do is I do my affirmations, and I do my visualization with my vision board, which I did in a way. I don't know if we should speak about it now, but anyway, I did it in a way that you have. I did it on PowerPoint. So when I took the pictures from the internet for what I wanted, you know, I had purpose and learning and travel and health and all these subjects, the 9 subjects that Claudia gave me. So I have actually a PowerPoint slide for each section. And then afterwards I printed them out and put them on a board so they're in my room, but I have like a PowerPoint slide for it. So I can see it and I tell the story, and it's right in front of me. It's really.
I would love to see it.
It's really
I would love
amazing.
to see it.
You want to see it? Can I show you to
Yes, show to all of us. And I would say, those of you watching, if you have a vision board, I'm going to take a photo of mine and I'm going to put it in a comments box below. So if anybody else has vision boards, put them in the comments box below.
That is so cool. What a great idea. We're flowing into a really good place. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so you can see. There we go. That is share. Here we go. And I'll go through it really fast. So this is my wealth section. And then we have, can I do that? Well, this is my learning and material goods. So I have my learning on the left side and the material things that I want on the right side. Then I have my travel, and here I also have Kilimanjaro up here, but these are all the different places that I want to go and I want to do. And you can see that I'm also have with my children a little bit that I want to travel with them, which I just did. I would travel with my daughter now to London. This is spirituality. This is my purpose. You know, wealth and happiness and women leading into the future. Those are the places where I am now, training and teaching.
This is gorgeous.
This is my health. You know, working out, cardio, I eat well, exercise, a lot of outdoors, sleep well. This is my relationships. This is how, this is the relationship that I want, man. This is my family, my immediate family, my extended family. You
Oh,
see a lot
very
of pictures of me and my kids. And these are my friends and community. So you see a lot of my community is BSTA and Blair Singer, and then the people in my community of healthy finances, and then my friends from youth and now, and that's it. That's my vision board. So this is how I start the day every day, to look at these 9 different slides to and it makes me smile, it makes me happy.
That's beautiful. And this is how you connect to things, is by because you got to connect to them visually. You can listen, you can, and that story I told you before, when in our other meeting, about coming across this Indian guru. I don't know what I was Googling. I think I wanted some meditation or something, and I really felt the need to meditate, and I thought, oh, I might listen to somebody. So this popped up. I said, I'll have a look at him. Indians are known for that kind of meditation stuff, and he looked like a guru. And all of a sudden he took me down this goal setting process, and the light coming through your head and coming, and I could literally feel it, and I'm going, whoa, my God. And then he said, be in gratitude for things that you have, and then what are the goals that you want to have, now visualize them. And Tony Robbins does something very, very similar in his when he does this 15-minute priming exercise in the morning, right? Very similar, but I have never felt so strongly in the visualization as I did on this day.
Wow.
And it just threw me away. And I tell you what, now I just had a look at the board, and where I've got the infinite abundance, and it's got the infinite, it's purple. And the vision I had of us girls was purple.
Yeah. I didn't share with you when you said that this morning, but I also went through a process really recently about visualizing the future, the big dream. And that was the same thing. We're all on stage. Yes, women leading into the future group. We're all on stage in a big, huge screen behind us, and this purple light in a stadium, not just a filled room. We were in a stadium, with those big screens behind you, and the purple light. It was like black with a purple light. And when you said that, I got goosebumps, because you had this similar type of vision that I had. Zoom.
And the beauty of all of this is, clearly we're feeling something inside, but we're going to be able to travel with this. And that's one of the things that I learned in the last 10 years that I've been doing all this personal growth and following everybody everywhere, is that I always tack on a few days after my travels. If I do a business trip, and almost every trip that I take in this day and age is all business, but I always make it something, give me some time to figure out what just happened in the event, and be able to hang out with the participants or with the crew, depending what I'm doing, I'm participating or crewing, and debrief what we just learned, because that's where the learning comes. And then we travel as a group or on my own or whatever. So it is so cool. In 2017, I went to Canada on a master. I was part of a mastermind group. And after that, I went to New York. And it's been a dream since I was 16 to go to New York.
Wow.
And there I was. And I'm like, oh my God, this place is like bigger than Ben Hurst, like humongous.
Yeah.
And I walked across the bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge, and I went to a hotel across. Once we crossed it, I was there with a friend, and we went to the rooftop of this hotel, and they were having some party there. And I watched the sunset behind Manhattan.
Oh,
I couldn't tell you what this was. Like, from up there, we could see the whole of Manhattan, the bridge to the right, the Liberty Statue to the left, all the water, boats going up and down.
Slowly through the city.
It was orange and red, and then the lights were coming up, and I'm sitting there going, wow, just wow, just wow.
Wow.
So
Europe is
I
amazing.
decided to see sunsets from the top. So then I went to Sydney with the same person, and we climbed on top of the bridge in
Yeah.
Sydney, and we saw the sunset from the top of the bridge. And so we called ourselves, we're chasing sunset people, because we did it. We did it in Phoenix and you know what the sunsets are like in Arizona, right? On
Amazing.
top of it was a garage, parking lot.
Yeah.
And we've done it in Singapore from the Ferris wheel.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just, there's something about being that high up watching sunset, but the best one had to be Manhattan. Oh my God.
Wow.
And now I watch movies, and I think 90% of the American movies are filmed in New York. And I'm going, oh, I've been there. Oh, have you been to that market? Oh, I went to that shop. It's like, oh, it's
Yeah.
really good.
It is exciting.
Hmm.
It is exciting when you get to go to places and see other cultures and I get to go back to money because that's what I teach, money. There's this really great book,
Yeah.
we talked about it once, called Happy Money. And it's a research. It's a research about using money, how you use money to to create happiness. People use money to buy material. And what they did with this research is they found out that when you buy material things, the high you get, the happiness that you get is very, very much short-lived. So you buy a new house, you buy a new car, you love it, you're excited when you get it, but then a few days, that's what happens in the research. A few days, you're already over, you're already past it. But when you use your money to buy experiences, the experiences last a lifetime. You talked about that before, you become richer. Right? And maybe that's a
Yeah.
good way to sum up this episode, is that to buy experiences. When you buy experiences, you remember them forever, and you have things to share with your friends and your family and people. If you do it with, like I did now with my daughter to London, we have an experience that we're both going to remember for the rest of our lives, of the time that we spent together and what we saw together. So yeah, if you want to travel. Most people do, and do it with someone you love, with people that you like, with friends that you have, and share the experience, and grow together, grow richer together.
Yeah. When we went to Italy last year, all of us for that event, right? So a week prior to the event, so my sister and I were in Italy. And as we were planning to go, she said to me, do you know what I really, really want to do over there? She said, museums, she loves museums, and then we can go and look. She said, but I want to sit in a coffee shop or in a restaurant and eat their food and drink their wine and talk with you. And I said, oh my God, it's exactly what I want to do. And when I think back to those moments, I remember the coffee shop, the smell, and us laughing and smiling, and the rest was lovely, but it was the energy, yeah, that's what I remember. It was so, just being with my sister and having our first experience, just her and I. We've never done that before.
Wow.
So and I get a feel every once in a while, and I go, oh, I feel this thing where I see one of our photo and I go, oh my God, it just transports me back there. So travel is definitely one of those experiences that people should have. I believe they should and once you do it, you get the bug.
Yeah.
Then you really need to get your act together to figure out how you're going to do the rest.
Yes. Anything is
But I think
possible.
where there's a will, there's always the how will come, if you know what you want.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Set the intention, ask how you do it, and don't even put pressure. Sometimes once you set the intention, things happen. Just support you. Just do it, do it responsibly, have fun doing it, and yeah, we're allowed to enjoy. That's what we're here for.
So here we are, guys. If you have any questions of us, make sure that you put it in the comments box below, and we shall see you next week.
Next week.
So bye from me from Melbourne.
And bye from Israel. Love you guys. See you next week.
Love you. Bye.